Hi, back with me, Livie Blaine. And today on my little casting couch, I have Moby Dick and Blake the Barge. So we're going to find out what these men are up to. Yeah. So, hi guys!
Hi.
Hello.
How are you both?
I'm good. My name is Blake the Barge.
Very well. My name is Mr. Moby Dick.
Awesome. Now, both of you have got kind of different stories.
Mm-hmm.
You both came into it kind of differently. So, do you want to let people know like how you've came into it, what your backgrounds are?
Come from a swinging background, made a number of lovely contacts over the several years. One of those contacts, having a business discussion, opened up the opportunity to assist on a porn shoot, something I had been interested in, and went along to the shoot, saw what it was about, and was given the opportunity to get involved. Had a few admin steps to take, but then when I was ready and the opportunity for the shoot opened up, had my first shoot.
So, when was that? What year was that?
This was 2.5 years ago, so 2022. So it was just about the summer. I was invited. I can drop names if is that cool?
Yeah, of course. Drop
Yeah.
away.
Paul Jones there. He was the one that opened up the opportunity for the first shoot. And my first shoot was with the lovely Venom X Evil. She's based out in Spain. And it was a fantastic day. Yeah.
She is a gem. An absolute gem.
An absolute diamond.
So how about you, Blake? Are you swinging background, or you just jumped in head first, feet first, whatever the analogy may be?
Dick first. I jumped in dick first. No, I came from sex party background, so not the same as swinging, because swinging you kind of generally have like a partner and stuff. But I was just sort of I was just a guy at the sex parties and thinking, this is amazing. That was the reason why I bring that up, because that was the first time that I had this sort of opportunity or that the experience of having sex in front of people, people that you've never met before, people that because for a lot of people, they'll get into that scenario and they're like, oh my God, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe you have to have sex in front of everybody, So for me personally, that was my first experience of, having to perform in front of other people that you'd never met before, people that you don't know how the chemistry is going to be, you turn up there, you don't know if the girl's going to like you or not, or do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much things that go on in your mind in these places, but that's where I first got to realise, I can do this in front of people. In fact, I rather enjoy it, And then I got in touch with somebody who put out a casting call, or was looking for people, and we got talking on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And after getting my certs and stuff done for some consecutive months, I went up and did my first sort of pro shoot. So
awesome.
yeah.
So how do you find it? Are you more an exhibitionist in real life, both of you, or are you both quite shy and kind of, is it once the pants come off, it's like go time, or are you both kind of quite out there anyway?
I hate clothes. This right now is very confining. Even in my normal life, it's just more of, please can I kick the shoes off? At least someone help me out there. So any opportunity to just relax and just forget about clothes and be free, that's a welcome treat. That gives me the opportunity to lean into it, whether the camera's on, whether the camera's off, in front of people. Otherwise, I can just all right, enjoy the show. I remember being up in Scotland for a birthday treat one day, and there was a cake, there was a whole thing. I thought, okay, let me just nip upstairs quickly, come back. Before I knew it, I was being stripped off and down to my kilt, and there was a whole room of people, bunch of strangers watching, and so it's like, birthday, cake, kilt, no clothes. What else can I say?
Kind of sounds standard for Scotland. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For me, I would say I'm an exhibitionist, definitely. I enjoy. I've never been to like a nudist colony or anything like that, but something like that, I reckon something like that I'd actually appreciate it, because you can just sort of feel free, as long as it's warm, and why not feel free? Like, why not feel like you say, not like confined or restricted, and Yeah, if I live like when I'm at home alone, I'm always walking around naked. You know what I mean? So
There are nudist colonies
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
I come back from one a few months ago.
oh yeah, okay. So you need to give me the addies.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Do you know the most surreal one I ever had was in Druridge Bay? And I don't know if you know where that is.
I
So
think
past
that's
Newcastle toward Morpeth, you're kind of going up towards Scotland. And we went Druridge Bay. It's a nice sunny day. Like, let's go. We play about in the sand dunes, all the rest of it. Well, one trying to get onto the beach was a nightmare. I ended up walking along some sewage track and everything, and I'm like, what is this? I'm in a summer dress. This is not the vibe. I'm not feeling this. So we finally got there. Beach was lovely. There's all these kids. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to climb up the dunes and I'm going to look right across. And there's me plodding along these sand dunes and like literally fall over these naked men. I'm like, okay, hi, really sorry, and it's like, and I'm talking like, pensioners, stripped off, bollocks out. And one of the guys we were out with, like for the day, he was like, Dad. Do you know his dad's lying there?
Oh my
He's just trying to enjoy himself on nice
places. All the places we ended up.
Yeah, so Druridge Bay in the UK is where it's at, but like I'll pass. I much prefer the ones in Europe.
now here's the real question though. Was it a date, and was that the first time you meeting his dad?
Oh, no, it wasn't a date. No, we'd all went out as friends. It was like, it's a Sunday, we're all off work. Why don't we just go to the beach, grab some ice cream, just chill out for a bit? That was our goal for the day. It's a Sunday, we've got nothing to do, nobody's at work. Why not?
Because that would have been an awkward way to meet the parents the first
That
time.
would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah, I just tripped and fell on your dad's naked dick.
Not even a euphemism either.
Literally. Slipped, tripped, fell on the dick.
I'm like, that does happen, it's not just in the songs. Oh wow.
That could be a scene in itself. Okay. I landed on your dad's dick.
Oh wow, no. not today. There's nobody old enough to play my dad. So on the terms of scenes, so what kind of scenes would you both like to do? Either together, I don't mean as in like you two getting it on.
I hear there's a market for that.
But no, like together, separately, like what kind of are your goals? Obviously you're a couple of years in, you're kind of very fresh in. So what kind of stuff would you be looking to do, or ideas? Have you done any brainstorming together?
You take this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the little bit of time that I've been in the industry, what I've learned is that it's important to find what sells for you, what works for you, and to develop that. And I'm still in the stage of just trying a bit of everything. I mean, like here now, this is I think like my first like content shoot, like house sort of thing. So this is like I'm still like learning, but I definitely have ideas. I think that as a male in the industry, it's very easy to be sort of nondescript, to sort of be, just a prop or part of the background. Like, not that I don't mind. I don't mind being a dick. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind. It's fun. But if you want to develop in the industry and not just obviously make money, but to develop your career, then you kind of have to develop a sort of personality. Like you have to be something that's stands out a little bit. So I've had ideas for a persona that I want to develop where I'm this like erotic artiste. So I want to touch on like erotica and other things that are around in and around porn. So like I say, erotic art and like maybe even like erotic literature and these kind of things. But
like a Marquis de Sade?
Well, yeah, I mean, something different either way. Do you know what I mean? Something that's different, but also touches on my experiences because I come from a performing arts background and that kind of thing and creative writing and stuff. So it would actually all tie in if I could find a way to make it all work. So in terms of scenes, I want something that really highlights those things. So like I quite like arty stuff. So like the more arty shoots, like some things that will have different aspects like the lighting or the setting or something like maybe a bit more intimate and stuff. That's something that I would like to do more of and explore. But yeah, all in due time. So yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I want to develop a range of characters because as a male, especially as a black male in the industry, it's very easy to fall in to one particular lane. There's obviously the interracial BBC content, which sells very well, which I love. It's a very good lead in. But I also want to expand on that and just so that there's a whole lot more to Mr. Moby Dick than what you see. There's obviously the hot wife content, the BBW content side of things. There's the alternative side of things, the fetish side of things. I want to lean in and explore all of that and develop a range of characters that those characters could find themselves in those settings. So bring some of those worlds together, the number of characters that I'm developing and bringing to life, and while keeping it fun and a little bit off the wall as well. So the whole creative process of it, I want to keep it as fun as possible so we can look back and just say, okay, that's actually quite sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So does that kind of like lend into like your personal lives? Is that what you're like off camera? You know, are you both creative? Like you said, you come from a performing arts background. Is that kind of stuff that you enjoy in your your real life downtime kind of stuff?
Real life, I am part workaholic, part homebody. I would just like work, and then I was like, right, I'm just gonna chill out, veg out here in my house robe and barely anything on, and just like, but no, so it allows me to expand a side of me that does not come out in real life.
So it's like the alter ego of Moby Dick.
Completely alter ego.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, for me, so I'm into writing, especially creative writing, music, that kind of stuff, poetry, and film and these kind of things. So it does feed into it. And what I'm planning to do is take all the things that I've been doing, involved in learning over the last my whole lifetime, and and basically doing something with all these things that I know, all these ideas that I've had and maybe not been able to act upon them before. Because in this industry, there are a lot of creative people, and a lot of people that have lots of talents outside of just having sex on camera and stuff, and a range of talents as well, not just in the creative, but also in management and putting people together and setting things up, events management, these kind of things. So what I plan to do is to utilize all these resources in a way that benefits everybody that's involved. A way that's it's business at the end of the day, so it has to be mutually beneficial. I have to what's in it for me, but what's also in it for you. So that's the way I try and look at it, and something that utilizes it. So to put together projects that not only is just about just having sex on cam, but also utilizes interviews and behind the scenes of the place where we're at. Photographers, videographers, like the things that they can do outside of just doing the porn shoots and stuff. So
kind of highlighting the real aspect of it.
Exactly, highlighting the real aspect, but also
the business side of it.
The business side, but also the other the other talents of these talents. Do you know what I mean? Not just the having sex on the cam, but this person can also put together a shoot. This person can also maybe do a music video. They can do your casting for photographs. There's even lighting. There's just so many things.
Resource planning,
exactly. There you go. There's
health and nutrition knowledge,
exactly,
and
all
of
of
that.
these things, sexual health.
Yeah.
All of these things. There's so much more to it.
There's
so
a lot
much
to
more.
the industry.
In fact, there's probably more to it.
Know.
Yeah, there's more to it than there's just the sex on cam. Like the sex on cam is probably 20% of what's actually
less.
going.
Less. I would say 5.
Exactly. So I want to do, given my experiences, is to really bring just to utilize it. Because before, when I was doing music or creative writing, it's you're sort of alone in your own channel, in your own lane, and you don't have these people around, or it's super expensive. Whereas with the porn industry, it's been developed to a point where creators can come together and in a day have 5 scenes in a day, have it turned around within a couple of days, and they've got something that's online that can actually sell and make money. Whereas you know, in the music industry, for example, you have to go to the studio, write the song, do the music video before you've even put anything out. You spent thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Whereas the porn industry has gotten to a point where it's actually able to turn things around for very low, very quickly for a very low cost. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. So I want to utilize that and really show that. Yeah.
And there are a lot of people in the industry that have skills outside of what happens once the cameras rolling. And when you network, especially with content days, like you meet people and you put heads together, you can say that, oh, I can help with that, or I know a person whatsoever. And all of those resources are useful when you bring them together and you pool them.
Exactly, and that's what I want to do. And for example, you know, as we were saying earlier, like, you know, you get these togs and stuff, these cameramen that know so much about lighting, so much about the camera, so much about the tech stuff, that they could actually do their own little behind the scenes show where they're just talking about lights, and that can be something that they can sell, you know, online as content and stuff for safe work stuff.
Yeah.
And also
lights
people,
and sound.
People that, and also people that know about taxes because they've been running about business, or people that know about licensing, things that you just wouldn't know normally. But they have so much information.
Or travel, you know, local knowledge, things like what you need to get in the country, where to go, and things like
where
that.
to book. Like, there's so much that I just think it's a shame that there isn't anything I'm aware of that really utilizes all these different things that we're just doing on a daily basis that we don't even think about. We're just doing it, you know. So yeah.
So do you find it in the UK that information is accessible, or are you still struggling to find it? Or have you actually been quite lucky in, you know, the connections that you've made thus far? Or are there things that you're still like, I'm not sure, I don't even know where to find this, you know?
I think it's a bit of both. Whilst there's a lot of people that I've been fortunate to engage with that have that knowledge or know where to direct and point and say, have a look at that, have a look at that, I still think there's a lot of people out there that don't actually know that. It's not that it's not accessible, but it's not presented right there and then. I mean, take for example things like filing your accounts and taxes and paying off, because at the end of the day, it's a business. You still have to do that. I still say to my good friends, my love production assistant, that I'm surprised that this person's been in the industry for X amount of time and they don't know about filing accounts. You know, it's certain things that you hope that day one, week one, month one stuff is like, you need this, you need that, you need that, you need that. And there's so many different people at so many different levels in the industry that don't know these things. It's almost like there should be an induction process, as in, so you want to be a creator, you want to be a programmer, things that you need to know, things you need to learn. And there's no process for that.
Yeah, as you're saying it, and as you're asking the question, and what we're talking about, I think then there needs to be some sort of like an induction pack, where even if it's just a website, just like how, you know, everybody knows about OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
In the industry, so why isn't there like a thing that everybody knows about? Okay, that's where you go to you know, you can get the information on, you know, on all this stuff, you know, whether it's
so you want to be a porn performer,
or just some sort of umbrella thing that will touch upon everything that you may need to know that's outside of just turning up and having sex. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know, you have to consider
how to get paid.
What
bank accounts to use. What bank accounts not to use.
What sites? Also, things about certs people won't know. Do you know what I mean?
You want to set up your own website. You want to do this. Business cards. Your marketing.
Exactly. Sexual health. You know,
clinics to go to.
Exactly. What they do. How often they do it, you know, how much does it cost if you're paying for it?
There's a lot.
What I mean? There is a lot, and I think there needs to be some sort of encyclopedia, or at least some sort of website that just touches on all these things, gives you an idea of. Because for me personally, I've been lucky as well, where I've, you know, met people that have, you know, I've been brought into the industry and people that know a lot, that have been doing it for a long time. I can just say, yeah. But if I was just coming into it and I didn't know, or even if, you know, I've been in it for a little while, because again, it's the UK, or I guess any market, as creators and with the studios are all shutting down, from my understanding, because this was before my time. Everything's disparate, everything's far away. So on camera, it seems like everybody's around each other all the time because of socials and stuff. But really, people live hours and hours.
We're disconnected.
Yeah, everybody lives hours and hours apart from each other. So it's not just let me just pop down the road and see. Let me just not put on my dressing gown and go next door and see such and such. And this and that. Do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you have to go in a car and fly a plane and go somewhere to be able to actually see someone face to face. Obviously, with technology, you can do face call and stuff, which is, you know, really helpful. But then when it's coming to like do stuff like paperwork, which is a huge thing, I didn't know. I had no idea. Paperwork is like literally
is key.
Yeah, it's like literally 60% of what you do in a shoot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in terms of time. Anyway.
Pre-shoot paperwork, post-shoot
Just
paperwork,
everything, like uploading it and making sure it's this and that, and do you know what I mean? And then having the ID and all these kind of things. So it's
And unfortunately, you only learn these things through experiences and conversations and interacting with people, rather than a straightforward right. Get here, have a look at that. Boom, boom, boom. This is how to do it properly. Boom, 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 boom. Steps 1, 2, 3, 4. Bullet points A, B, C, D. Done. You're ready. Go.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be an ultimate.
So I've been lucky in terms of being able to meet people that have been able to tell me things straight away from the get go to save me so much time, probably months, like maybe even years. Do you know what I mean? But it is. I can see how it'd be very difficult for someone who hasn't been that fortunate.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll see a lot more films on all the platforms. So
Absolutely.
before we sign off, do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Well, on Twitter, X, Mr_Moby Dick. On Instagram, Mr_Moby Dick UK. TikTok, Mr. Moby Dick with an I. UK. with a one even. Don't look for the I, the one, Mr. Moby, because you can't spell dick on TikTok with the guy.
Oh, right.
So, and a whole lot of sales platforms, ManyVids, OnlyFans, Arouse VIP, Share.
Awesome.
And for me, Blake the Barge, you can find me on all my links, everything's there, or on my ex, Blake the Barge, you'll find all my links, you'll find my Instagram, OnlyFans, ManyVids, Fat House, X-Hamster, you'll find it all there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, guys.
Right,
thank you very much.
Lovely to talk to you today.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.